It's over here out of the corner.
I'm going to call on you to give the airport report. Flying rep.
That's fine.
I'm going to call on you if you don't want.
No, I don't mind. That's fine.
What kind of containers?
Excuse me?
What kind of containers?
Like, you know, the camel suit, the red and white that has the full top tab and stuff?
Yep.
We make the metal cans and we make the ends, the easy open end. I do the end development for all the easy open ends.
Okay.
So like the sweet and sour, sweet and condensed milk, like the Eagle brand sweet and condensed milk that has the easy open end on it with a color tab and stuff. That's my design. Chef Boyardee products like your ravioli and stuff. That's my design. That's
It
what
went from 1932 to 33 class and then it's 45 to 46.
you'll think of it. There you go.
You didn't think that would have done her in. So that's 11 years she was.
She had Dave a couple of years.
She did.
Kindergarten.
Well, Dave would have been like 46
It's like
or 47.
5:59.
Bill, did you bring up those pictures of the zoning stuff that I gave you this afternoon? Yeah, we need them tonight. That's why I gave them to you, so I wouldn't forget them.
Should we read those back?
You
You have one of these, each got one of these to look at. So we're going to be having to come up with that. You have one? Yes, I got one. Okay. All right, because we're going to have to start looking at that. There, look on the hanger.
Yeah, I read it at home.
Okay.
Was that the lease?
Yeah, you want to look at it?
All right. I did.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my
Actually,
copy.
about 90% of it's me.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know.
I pirated that from something lake up in northern Wisconsin. It was there, and then I pulled it down, and me and Don spent a couple of days going through it, changing it. That's why I said I pirated it. I can't take credit for it, other than the massage. I'm a lazy engineer, so I'm a firm believer in why I'm reinventing the wheel. If somebody's already got it invented, you just take it, and then you change it for what you need.
Exactly. We're doing exactly the same thing.
It's the easiest way to do it. Well, you're waiting on him also. I don't know if you've seen those. I printed that out. This is the Wisconsin regulations for.
Was it not?
And
See, she had all
this
her
page here talks about control of airport and how you set up a commission and everything else that it talks about. There's just, I read it, it's basic guidelines is what it
Do
is.
you need this back?
No, you have it.
You should have about,
Bill?
have Bill copy that for us. I know, the clerk copy.
Yeah, I printed that off of the Wisconsin Aviation Register.
It's off the statute, so.
Yeah, it's off of the
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
okay, 114.134.
She was teaching, but she was teaching second and third grade now. That one she's taught
Oh, that was.
So you took it as that class.
there.
134.
Yeah, she didn't want her, so
Oh, yeah, here.
that's why she lived so long.
14.
Because she didn't have us.
That's right. Second grade shit.
Yeah,
She was.
yeah, I think so.
She lived in there, did she live in town?
Yeah, well,
Anybody want, have public comment? We got complaints?
joys and concerns we call
I call them complaints.
We just pulled it up. And
it. Well,
you-
separation, forgot. Oh, yeah, I didn't say anything. It's just joys and concerns.
Well, if John hasn't copied this. Who just
Yeah,
copied
he's
his?
got, yeah.
You can copy John's. John's got it. You got your paperwork, right? John? He's got his paperwork.
Okay.
We'll find it all, that was good, signed and.
Okay, ready? Meeting is called to order. Certification of compliance with open meetings law. Check the door.
Yep,
Okay.
they can come in,
Roll call.
then they can leave too.
Cow,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
Ratsap,
Here.
and May is here.
Approval of minutes from November 8th, November 10th, November 18th meetings.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from November 8th, 10th, and the 18th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from November 8th, 10th, and 18th meetings. Was there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Treasurer's report.
Very short one this week, this month. The general fund has $6,823.53. Tax account has $2,098.45. Airport has $34,340.58. The LGIP has $114,289.91. The LGIP EMS has $2.62, and the LGI Airport has 55 cents in it. Checks that were written, We Energies for the building, $223.63. CenturyLink for the phone, $139.30. Larry Cow, salary for $369.40. Peggy Miller for her work that was authorized last month, $877.32. Ed Miller for meetings and mileage to the meetings is $438.09. William May, the clerk treasurer, $1,154.37. Jefferson County Highway Department for Piper Road repairs was $3,334.70. And the Jefferson County Highway Department for October signs was $123.82.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Emergency management plan.
Well, since I know you guys have all been reading and rereading what I gave you last month, because it's so fascinating. This is the latest addition to it. We have a large, high-pressure, high-volume natural gas pipeline running through the town just to the east of here, called Guardian Pipeline. You just add these to your little packets. There's probably something in the file from Guardian. This is all the emergency numbers that they give us. That thing really has a quarter-mile incineration zone on either side of it, so if it ever leaked and blew, there wouldn't be anything left within half a mile. So it's worth noting on our hazard map, I guess. I'm still working on the map, hope to have it completed and all this wrapped up by the end of my term, and my goal is actually by the end of the year. So I'll email each of you the completed draft. If all goes well, we can plan to have it on the January agenda. I guess that's it for the emergency management report.
Fire department. Do you have anything?
Yeah. Actually have a letter, we got a report this time from the village. It says this report's prepared for the village meeting on December 1st. The Village of Palmyra Fire and Rescue responded to the following for the month of November 2014. Total calls, there's nothing there. Total fire calls, there's nothing there. Total EMS calls, there's nothing there. So this is the report. Key items, member that is going to Fire 1 right now is doing very well. The state written test and practical test are both scheduled for mid-December. WCTC has posted class schedule, and we have one member that has signed up for Fire 1 for the spring semester. It says we have received some new applications. There were 4 members that were at the craft fair taking donations for the family on Pine Drive. We were invited by the school to stand at the doors. All donations were given to the event coordinator and then deposited into the fund that was set up at the Palmyra State Bank. The holiday workshop in Santa was a big success. There were 200 people of all ages that attended to see Santa. have some cookies and cocoa and get some excellent holiday safety tips. Letters were sent out to all departments and businesses that assisted with all the efforts at the Pine Drive house fire. All 2015 MABAS cards, I don't know what that is, should have been reviewed and back to the JCCA secretary to start compiling the cards for Division 118. Dues for 2015 JCCA, whatever that is, have been sent out early but are not due till March of 2015. Budget meetings have all been attended and coming to a close. Truck checks have been good and equipment is being maintained. There were some damaged nozzles from the fire that we are replacing. I guess it means they're replacing the nozzles, not the fire. There were 2 structures that were donated to the fire department for trainings. The owner has to get the inspection for asbestos complete, and we will train and then burn the structures after that. Radio drills for 2015 will not be every month. They will be every other month. 799 came to the station and trained with us on some new equipment that is now being used. There were also new procedures that are going into effect for all EMS. So that was their monthly report.
Go ahead.
I think if nothing else, that fire out on Pine Drive is a real eye-opener. It should be to all of us that we don't live real close to, most of us don't live real close to the village. It's going to take a while for anybody to get there. So I would like to suggest that we send with tax bills a home safety checklist, and there's a wood stove safety procedure paper. And if you guys could look at this and decide if it's worth sticking in with the tax bill, I think we need to make people aware that they need to be their own first help. They need to have a plan to get out of the house. They need to pay attention to fire extinguishers, not start reading the instructions when you have a fire. You want to use the thing ahead of time. And these are just some real simple safety things. So I don't think it requires a vote, but it's something that I think maybe is worth sending out the tax bill just as a reminder to people to be on the alert, and prevention is always the best cure. So, and then I did answer Dave Turner's letter, the one that was sent to you at the last meeting. This could go in the file. That's my answer to it. So, not going to read it here, but anyway, I guess that's the fire report, unless you have some
Did you
questions.
hear anything on the status of the title?
Well, yeah, they got the title. We got title insurance.
I mean, the new title's been issued.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I assume it is. The insurance company is issued anyway.
It's, okay.
I think it's really insurance in view of the title is what it is.
The airport, Don's not here. David Dunn is here. What's your status in the flying club? Are you the president or?
Secretary.
Secretary of the flying club. He'll have a report for us.
Yeah. Basically, the weather set them back a couple weeks. They didn't do any work for a couple weeks because of the weather. But last week they worked on it every day, and they had a pretty good sized crew out there. They've got all the internal structure done, all the doors up, and they're working to sheet the exterior. And they probably got about I don't know, maybe half, not quite half of the exterior sheeted. So they got to finish that, and then the roof. And then they'll be able to move inside and hang the doors, hang the door openers and do electric and stuff, so.
Do you have an idea? Do they have an idea when that'll be done? Did you ask them?
No, they don't have an idea because I've not talked to them yet. And Don said that there, and I have to read the actual contract, but there is supposedly a penalty clause in there somewhere where if they don't have it done by a certain date, I just don't know what that date is.
Okay. We're supposed to have fairly good weather, at least till the 18th.
Yeah, so hopefully they can get it under roof. Once they get it completely under roof and done, then electricians and stuff, it won't take long to finish it up. So,
I just spell your name
D-U-N-N,
and your first name.
David.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Spring Lake District,
Nothing new.
building inspector. Highway.
Well, I spoke with Ed earlier today, but I know we had some issues with some hills like on Little Prairie and Tamarack and that, and we're gonna address I'm gonna address that with the, guy that does that route. I've got a new guy on that side of town. So whether he's not putting down enough sand, or if we gotta put a little more salt in the sand, we'll figure that out and, see how it progresses, you know, the next.
Because we had a bad winter last year, and we didn't get any complaints about, you know,
Right.
those hills.
Right, so I don't know, you know, whether it's, you know, the guy, the fella that's doing it, we thought we trained pretty well, but it's always a learning curve at the beginning of the year, so that's why we always attend, so that we know what's,
Well,
you know.
you're gonna get the blame, so.
Right, exactly. So anyways, we'll address those, and anything else anybody has, any other concerns, we'll do the best we can, of course.
Okay, well, you're doing very good so far. Do you have anything, Ed? Highway?
Nothing other than with winter, you have to, some people have to be retrained how to drive in the winter. And I guess the other concern would be the snow plowing on the section of Young Road between Tamarack and Little Prairie Road, which isn't our responsibility. And I took a map up to the sheriff's department today to show them where our responsibilities were, and that they can contact LaGrange if there's a problem on the section that isn't ours. Because for us to go and do any work in a different municipality is just opening a can of worms. We'll end up doing it all, and I don't want to do that.
I got one more quick thing.
Go ahead.
This is my daughter Melissa, so this is the boy.
She
And,
driver?
Yeah, she's learning how to plow, not on one of the big trucks, but in her small truck. But she's kind of getting involved in this business, so I'm just,
Okay.
sometimes, if I have a conflict or something, she may attend a meeting just to, you know.
So if you're not here, we can blame her.
Yeah, you
Exactly,
can
and
blame
blame
me.
her.
What's your name?
Melissa. Nice to meet you all.
So far.
Yeah.
Say that now. Okay, correspondence, I had something related to highway. Blaine Beschlich called me and basically about the hill. He's got 3 buses on there, and he said that he would contribute $1,000 towards sand if that would help him keep his buses on the road, because he said his deductible if the bus crashes is $1,000 anyhow.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll see if we need donations by the end of the winter.
Right.
Or,
I'll talk to Blaine too about it too.
okay, talk to
Because we do talk to Blaine a lot with as far as if the schools are delayed, or if, you know, especially when you get into these ice storms that don't happen until 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning, like this morning was an example of that, you know.
Well,
So
his
we do
main-
communicate with him, so I'm surprised he
Right.
didn't say
His
anything.
main concern was the hill. He's got 3 buses on Little Prairie Road, and obviously the hill on Tamarack, and then on Young Road, the area where they're retaining,
Whereas, yeah,
those curves with the
Guardrail.
retaining, the guardrails,
Yep.
just that, short area, those
Sure.
are his concerns.
okay.
So you're aware that you tell your new guy or girl.
Get out there and throw some salt on.
Any more correspondence? You got something, Bill?
Oh, I got lots of correspondence.
Oh.
I'm not sure if we do this or not. This is from the International League of Cities, and they sent us a bill. Ours would be $500 if we joined it because of our population. I didn't know if we did that or not. I didn't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I will file that one probably.
Send it to the village.
Okay. And this is from the General Forms Status Inquiry. I'm not sure what that is. I think it says construction of an 8-unit hangar. It's for the fire, or the new hangar. I don't know if this is something we need to fill out. United, must be Insurance United Fire Group.
Well, known as the fire department.
That's
Airport.
That's the airport.
That's you.
No fire? Oh, darn.
I
Okay.
think it's
That's
insurance.
I thought it was
Probably
fire.
fire
Isn't it
insurance
fire
for the
insurance?
airport.
I don't know, it just says United Fire Group.
Oh, it's a, I'll look at it and take care of it.
Should probably talk it over with Mr. Dunn.
Yeah, you may know what it
There's
is.
the info.
I'll figure out what that is.
Oh, okay. Is that too close?
Doesn't work.
There's a charitable quote.
Yeah.
This is the certificate of liability insurance from Marsh and McLennan Agency. I think this is a town liability insurance.
That's probably for us, Northwest Services,
Is it Northwest Services?
I would think, because our insurance renews at this time of year, so they would send out. notices.
Yeah, so Northwest Services, you want that one?
No, that's for you. That's for your record. Shows you we have insurance.
Oh, okay. So that's just for our file?
That's for your file.
Okay. This is a letter from Reuter, Whittish, and Evans, attorneys for Calkins, Olson, and Cheryl Wilson, their response to the Department of Administration in response to
Right,
for the annexation. Yeah. You want me to read it? I'll read it, but
That's great, that's fine. Put here, if anybody wants to read this, read it after the meeting.
Wisconsin Department of Revenue, school tax rate, it just gives us the mill rates here. I know this is equalized value school tax rate, and
This goes with that.
the dollar credits for Fort Atkinson, $70.84, and for Palmyra Eagle, we get $76.06. And another letter from the Department of Revenue, I'm not wasting a lot of paper. This is a school tax rate for lottery calculation. For Fort Atkinson, they get $119.89, and we will get $128.71. I'm not sure what this is for. This is from Walworth County. This is in compliance with the state of Wisconsin comprehensive planning law requirements as set forth in section 66.1001 of the Wisconsin statutes. We are transmitting to you an amendment to the multi-jurisdictional comprehensive plan for Walworth County. And they sent a land use map amendment.
I don't know if that relates to us, but it's from Walmart.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that relates to
Everybody,
us.
some other people signed it. That was fine.
Yeah. Maybe we should call them and see if they're missing a letter.
You have a report on that?
Looks like a bonding company. Apparently, we must have had the contractors must have been bonded in order to do this job. And this looks like kind of like a survey follow-up as far as where they're at in the process and that kind of stuff. But before we fill it out and send it back, I think we should make sure who's asking and why they're asking.
Yeah.
That is an official, that is a true bond company for that contract.
Right,
Okay.
okay. State of Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, and this is to whom it may concern. This is an order from the Department of Natural Resources dating with land enrolled under one of the forest tax law programs. This order is being sent for your records. Please look it over carefully and ensure that all information is accurate. And this is for Pamela Christiansen from the William Stoffers estate of Judah Stoffers. I'm getting from this that land enrolled under the managed forest land for a 25-year period have been transmitted by deed. The new owner, Pamela Christiansen, has petitioned the Department of Natural Resources to continue managed forest land designated for the parcel, agreed to comply with the terms of the managed forest law, and certified an intent to comply with the forest management plan for the parcel. This is a complete transfer of the deed for deed of land to her. Probably for our records, I assume. Waukesha Technical College just says we can find all their records on a website if we're really interested. And Division of Transportation and Investment Management. It's their final drafts for the State Airport System Plan 2030 and System Plan Environmental Evaluation, open house, a public hearing. They're having a public hearing on the airport Thursday, December 18th, and from 5 to 7 at the Dane County Regional Airport in the Robert B. Sculpt Conference Room. And if anybody needs a Spanish speaker, you need to call them by December 8th. And, if anybody's interested in going to that meeting, Jefferson County Highway Department, you can probably explain this better than I can, but it says, less total available funds, the balance in the January 1st, 2014 was $76,010. The balance due is minus $76,10. Did not pay out.
That was our matching funds.
Oh, is it?
7,600.
76, we contribute 3805,
Okay,
and they match that, and because we didn't use any of it this year, we have 7610 in there right now
for next year?
for next year.
Oh, okay. One more thing here. This is from the Humane Society. I assume this was paid. It was, because we don't owe any money, but it said our annual fee was paid in full, $28,6456. That was sent in September, so I assume that was for last year. Because we had another one that was due next year, that from last month's meeting. I assume that was paid in full. That's all I have.
Okay. New business, discussion and action. John and Nancy Burton petition to amend zoning ordinance, tax parcel 024051601440003, property across from West 114 Hooper Road.
Yeah, you got a copy of it? I don't.
That's one I
Should have, yeah.
Yeah,
Brought you-
that's the one that disappeared this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Three or
find
four
it.
copies of that one.
Yeah, I know. I gave them to him so we wouldn't lose them.
Did any of you see this yet? No, just that.
can go make some copies if you want it. It'll take 2 minutes.
This
Just
one.
explain it,
I'm moving the 3 splits from the north side of Hooper Road
Okay.
over to the south side
Okay,
of Hooper Road.
okay, so you're moving 3 splits.
Yep, and this is the lot developed, and will probably only be one lot that can be used, because the rest is either swamp ground or pasture ground. There is some work ground on that property. This is the corner of Z and Hooper Road,
Okay.
and this is what we're proposing, a 2.3, something like that, acre lot there, with the buildings, the barn. That we sold off,
Okay.
the house. And that's what I'm asking.
And this is your kids' land here,
Yep, daughter lives here, on the other side of the hill, my son.
and this is just a,
That is gonna be an
Road.
easement for back
well,
here.
it's not really an easement if you own the land yet. It goes
Ah.
with this parcel,
That will go with that parcel.
so
but
it's
that's-
a driveway.
That will be a driveway if this person does wanna buy this back here.
Right, if it stays all in one, then the lot line would be there. But
The
if,
lot line would be there.
no, but if
If
they
it
buy
stays in one,
everything,
yes.
if they buy
it's right here.
everything, it would be there.
There, yeah.
Okay.
So, would the driveway be to get back here for what purpose?
Workable land,
Just,
Till the land back.
okay.
just tellable land.
So you want, but you still want this demarcation line here, because if they bought the whole thing, they could still split this off then and sell it as.
Somebody could, but I don't know where you're gonna put anything.
No, I mean just for
They could,
workland.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many acres is that?
I think there was what, 24, 5, something like that, total with that. And not all of work, there's only about 8, 9 acres of workland.
Was that this here?
There's a little workland here, and then over here would be a field way in back.
Is this wet here then?
Yes.
That's what, I don't know.
And then over here are some big hills.
On Z?
Yeah,
Because if they did want to build, they'd have to come in off Z.
that would be pretty hard.
Probably not
But
able to
they,
do a driveway there.
There is a buildable lot right here.
well, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm saying if this sold off separately and they want to split a lot, they'd have to come in off Z because they
They
can only get
would,
so many feet
yeah.
off the
It
road.
would be hard.
Yeah, okay.
And this is where you want a proposed driveway here?
Yep.
And this will be vacated then?
No, we probably have that too.
Okay.
You're gonna have 2 driveways?
Well, this goes to the barn doors. This is the present driveway for the barn, because
If they put a house there, they'll need another
Yeah.
driveway.
now have you got any of the paperwork? Have you got the yellow sheets and that is supposed to be made out?
No, I haven't received anything from the county.
I hadn't gotten anything from them.
He
either.
saw it and he put it somewhere.
Not from the county.
I didn't get the,
Well, not
I
from
didn't
the county,
get,
no,
I didn't
just,
get, I didn't get
just
the
these
yellow
white
sheet
sheets
either.
he gave me.
Just those when they, yes, but I,
Well, this is a sheet I received from him today.
Maybe you'll get it tomorrow.
Because we need to get the approval in. So we get on the agenda up there in Jefferson, or, yeah,
yeah, you have a phone number, I can call you if I get it?
yep, 495-2278.
Okay.
You can make a copy of this so you can keep your copy.
You got a copy machine here?
Yep.
You wanna make, you wanna do that?
You want to make a copy of that too or not?
I can.
Can't you? Sure. For you, for your records.
So do you want a motion to approve this request?
So,
I'll make a motion to approve John's request for amendment to the zoning ordinance for tax parcel number 024-0516-0144-003.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to approve the amending of the zoning ordinance on the aforementioned tax parcel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. I guess we can talk about that when it comes, about this when it comes back, and then you can start. Okay, discussion and action on the recommendation for the road committee concerning implements of husbandry.
Okay, we have to have this in place by the 15th of January. At the highway committee meeting Thursday night, we voted with 2 members to take option F, which would be no special action taken. The 23,000 axle weight, 92,000 gross weight table governs IOH and Ag CMVs except category B, and there's no axle limit for that. There's no publishing of it required, but we must respond to permit applications. And that is following the same thing as the county, so we would have the same requirements that the county does, so anybody filling out a permit wouldn't have a problem with that. And we don't have the stuff that this was meant for anyway, the big manure haulers and real heavy equipment like that.
Makes sense to me. I went to that one meeting that you went to too, where Stoneman discussed all the options. And it seems to me like that, I can't see going with
This
one
was
of the
unanimous.
options where we're gonna have to issue the permits separate and one county's gonna
Okay.
be.
Amending of the.
So I'll make a motion.
Approved unanimously.
Okay.
To accept option F of the IOH regulations.
And I second it.
Yes, did you move on the,
Yeah.
Ed moved on the
Ed.
zoning amendment, seconded it. It's unanimous. Okay, now,
I made a motion to accept, or to take option F of the IOH regulations.
on the item number 2, the implements of husbandry, and had a motion to approve option F for our township. And
I second it.
it was seconded.
Okay.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried unanimously.
And I do have a website at home, Bill, that you notify the state what we chose,
Okay,
and you'd have to give them my name, because I'll be the person that deals with the permits.
okay.
Okay, discussion and action to select a caucus date.
Somewhat limited.
On my phone.
Okay. Will it be in, when was it last year?
January,
January.
around the 20th.
I think the resolution said between the 6th and the 27th.
Right.
Calendar. 6th is on a Tuesday, 27th is on a Tuesday.
You wanna have it on a
Be
Saturday?
looking at a Saturday.
Yep.
So,
Oh, we got the 10th, 17th, and 24th.
I would say the 17th.
17th,
Okay?
you'll have to reserve the school
Okay.
for that day.
Last time we had it at the grade school,
Oh, yeah, it was at the grade school. We can have it at the
I think it
community
was
center.
because we couldn't get
Probably.
the other room.
because if we can get the other room and there's too many people, we could go into the gym.
Right.
Because I think there's a capacity of 75 in the community center.
Isn't
I think we'll shoot for
I
the
thought last
community
year,
center.
didn't they do it in the gym? Because I remember.
at the
being-
elementary school.
They did at the elementary school.
Was that the elementary
Yeah.
school we were at? Okay.
Because we couldn't get the other room.
Couldn't get the gym, or the community center.
Yeah.
And if the community center's too small, we can go to the gym. Should have been.
Okay, so you want me to try the community center first?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it'll be, you want to do a motion for this?
Yeah, I move that we hold the caucus on January 17th. What time do you want to do it? 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Okay, and do we need, how soon do we need to notice out? Is that like a 2-week
That's-
notice, 15
I
days?
thought that was in the same,
So I thought 5 days prior.
yeah.
5-day notice?
I thought it
I
was.
thought that's what it was. You can look at the resolution.
Okay.
I'll second your motion.
It's moved and seconded to set the caucus date for January 17th, 2015 at the community center
At 1 p.m.
at 1 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Discussion and actions transfer money from LGIP to the general fund.
Okay, we have $1,600 roughly in our account right now, and I was looking at some numbers. I obviously have no idea what the road work's gonna cost us for snow plowing and stuff, because we don't know how much snow we're gonna get. Without snow plowing, and this includes the January payment for our fire protection, will be roughly $29,700 that we're going to need in a total less than 1,600 we have there, so we're looking at somewhere in $23,000 to $24,000.
Do you have any idea where we're at, Ken?
Yeah, I sent invoices today, but, you know, it's just this afternoon, you probably didn't see them, but there should be an email. I
Okay.
think yours was a 13 or so for November,
13,000.
yeah.
Okay.
So this, it was something like, you know, in that range. And then the, you know, we've been out a few times here in December, but, you know, now it looks warm and dry for a while, so hopefully, yeah, it'll be less in December maybe, but,
Okay.
we're not
We
quite
can
happy.
straighten up the December bill in January. and
Yeah,
we'd
that's-
have some
Yeah,
tax
tax
money.
money.
Yeah, that's true. I don't bill it till the end of the month anyway, so that would be more into January anyway.
Okay.
That's
So-
true,
So we have about $13,000 that we need to pay down, so
right.
37,000 to transfer.
that's. I got 42,000.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have almost $7,000 right now, we could probably do about 36 maybe.
You're gonna have incidentals.
You're gonna need money anyhow
December.
before the,
We can always replace it in the
Yeah.
LGIP after we get the
It's not like
taxes in
it's-
if we have
Yeah,
to.
okay,
so, motion.
So I move that, to transfer 42,000, is that what you want, Bill?
that'd be fine.
From
Yes.
the, okay,
Yeah,
from the LGIP to the general fund.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to transfer $42,000 from the LGIP to the general fund. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Discussion and action to hire Johnson Block for a car.
We got a letter from him, I guess we all read that. Sort of a contract or letter of intent, or whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah, it was like, almost looked like a bid, they wanted between 45 and
Yeah.
65.
And I'd like I wanna add an addendum to that before it's signed. And I'll read it to you and see if you guys wanna discuss it or have any Anybody have an objection to it? I would like to add to this, it's understood that there is to be no communication concerning the town of Palmyra audit between any agent or employee of Johnson Block and Company and any persons other than the following: Bill May, Town of Palmyra Clerk Treasurer; Peggy Miller, Town of Palmyra Deputy Clerk Treasurer; Larry Caw, Chairman, Town of Palmyra; Winona Bradsett, Supervisor 1, Town of Palmyra; Ed Miller, Supervisor 2, Town of Palmyra; Bender, Levi, Larson and Associates. And I think we need to do this time. Last year, we ended up paying for citizens to call the auditor and ask questions. That should never have happened. I've talked to the Towns Association, and they could not believe that went on. When the audit is finished, it becomes a public record. People are welcome to submit an open records request, or it's published anyway. It's made that way. And that's the time for the citizens to review it if they want to. So, I need a copy of that for each of you guys if you look at it.
I'll make a motion to accept Johnson's Block if they accept the addendum from Winona.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to hire Johnson Block to do the audit if they accept the addendum that will be presented to them. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Discussion and action to create an ordinance for sexual offenders. The town of Hebron last year had someone that wanted to move a house in to house sexual offenders, so they came up with an ordinance to restrict where they could be, and distances from schools and things like that. And now, recently, the town of Koshkonong has done the same thing. And I guess I would like to see the board also have an ordinance, and we can probably just get an ordinance from town of Koshkonong or Hebron and do an ordinance similar to theirs, because if they have ordinances, these people are gonna come to townships and places that don't have the ordinances. So I think
Is it like for group homes or that kind of
it's
thing?
like for group homes or an individual.
Okay. That the
It
county-
gives parameters of where they can place them.
Gotcha.
And I just think that just because the other townships are doing it, they're gonna go where
Sure.
they don't have ordinances, or they can, they come in and then after they're there, then I don't think you're gonna have more difficult time to restrict them. So I guess I'd just like a motion that give me the authority to get an ordinance to bring to the next meeting. Send it to you before the next meeting for approval at the next meeting. We'll just copy someone's ordinance. They'll send a copy of it to the town attorney.
So moved.
Could I, Peggy's been working on this for a week now off of Koshkonong. She got it
Okay.
online.
Okay, good.
But there is some stuff in there that is specific to Koshkonong. And I didn't feel comfortable with her just doing it by herself. I think she should work on it with Bill and with the advice of the other board members, and then, like you said, send it to Tom.
Okay.
Have them okay it and adopt it in January.
Okay. I think that we'll have something to vote on by January.
Do we need a motion? We don't need a motion on that, do we?
We'll just put on the agenda to adopt it. Or if people want to adopt it, then, okay. Airport Commission discussion for 2015.
Again, this comes, it's basically pretty much the same as what we have with that last issue. I would like to have David work with Don, get the correct wording. You can work with one of us if you want. And again, submit it to the attorneys, have them peruse everything, and make sure we've got all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, so we have something that's a workable procedure.
That's a good idea. I'm sure we've all got some questions and rules that the attorney can answer.
And David told me the other day that he was on a commission in Ohio.
Yeah.
He's experienced with it. I think he'd be a good resource to come up with what we're going to do.
So we don't need a.
We'll have it on the agenda.
Yeah, but
We'll have it on the agenda for next month. Hopefully.
And if you read the reg, it kind of spells out how you form it and who forms it and who does what and stuff. So we can talk about it,
Okay,
and that way we're ready for next month.
all right. Discussion and action, fee schedule for Amity Tree Service.
I gave that to Bill. Or gave it to you. You want to give it to me?
Gave it to me.
Hope you didn't give it to me, 'cause I'm-
Here it is.
Right here. You know, this kind of goes back to the emergency management plan, but the purpose for having this on file is,
And now Ken left.
it's in no way